trombone part at the end is so fun, and I know you're going to. It's a backwards glissando. It's not an upwards. It's like yeah. You do that like a lot, and then the big string goes all by itself, and then it holds that last note. So it's like flowing down.
You nervous, Stephanie? No. I'm just praying. I just don't want to say anything weird because I keep on saying weird things. I'm like,
Praying to God.
yeah.
There's nothing weird.
Because I get so creative when I'm like myself. So I'm just
That happens to me
gotta
too.
do that.
I think of one thing when I'm off the stage and I go, I'm like thinking so many things already.
I'm like,
Got this.
Thank you. Can start.
Is that your sign?
No, my sign is below water. Life below water. That's what I like.
Does it make the 70% of the water?
70%.
Something like that.
Yeah. Whose cards
This
are
is gonna
these?
go splendid.
These yours?
that's mine.
Huh?
That's mine.
He's not doing it.
Either
Oh,
this is
yeah,
gonna go
this-
splendid or it's
Germaphobe.
gonna go straight back.
All right. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I know it's freezing. You guys were here. Thank you for being here. We're going to start off today with an announcement. And Dr. Bowser, you're going to share with us something very exciting.
So for the first time since pandemic, we can actually have an in-person visit from the Adventist Colleges Abroad team. Anybody ever heard of ACA? Yeah, so if you've ever wanted to learn a foreign language, travel the world, learn a new culture, these people can help you do that, and I help them. So we're having an informational meeting with prizes and scholarships and airfares and everything Thursday evening at 6 in Pachero Hall downstairs at the lounge. So they'll be visiting your classes on Thursday morning too, and hopefully you'll see them. If you have questions, you can talk to me, but be on the lookout for them and pick their brains for information and think about going overseas for school a little bit, maybe in the summer or maybe even for a school year. If you think that you can't, you're probably wrong because most people can, and you should try it. It is amazing.
Actually, I was in Spain for a year, and I'm going to tell you that it was my favorite year by far. So if you are even thinking about it, do it.
Hi, welcome to Assembly. So to start, we're going to have a word of prayer. So let's bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for the day you have given us, and thank you so much for another day of life, Lord. Right now, we want to thank you for allowing us to be here today, congregated, Lord. We want to ask you for the speaker for today, Lord, so you may give her words to help us to succeed more academically, Lord. I want to ask you for all of the students and the family here, and I want to ask you to be with us the rest of the day. In your name we pray, amen.
Hey guys, my name is Jeremy Perez. I'm one of the course navigators here in CASA. I wanted to do a little research proposal here at SWAU. So I looked at a past research. It was very simple. I wanted to see what genre of music college students listen to. And this was at Grand Valley University. And as you can see over here, pop was the most relevant. So I wanted to put SWAU to the test. I wanted to see what type of genre we listen to. So I got Keith, and he went around to ask, what type of music are you listening to? And here's that. Hey, what are you listening to?
Hey, what's up? Colorway. Novo More.
Nice.
Thanks.
Hey, what are you listening to?
Huh?
What are you listening to?
Physical by Dua Lipa.
Ooh, nice, nice. What are you listening to?
I'm listening to Seguiré por Fe.
Ooh, okay. Nice, nice. Thank you, thank you. Hey, what are you listening to?
You're the Best by Stan Bush.
Okay. What are you listening to?
I'm listening to Number 7 by Alfred's Twin.
Nice, nice. Thank you. Hey, what are you listening to?
Young and Beautiful by Lana Del Rey.
Ooh, nice, nice. Hey, what are you listening to?
Little Do You Know by Alex and Sierra.
Solid. I love that song. Nice. Thank you. Yo, Luis, what are you listening to?
This is The Kingdom by Elevation Worship.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, what are you listening to?
Oh, hey, Play for Today, The Cure.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you listening to?
Puentes Ortiz by Ed Maverick.
Nice, nice. Thank you. Hey, what are you listening to?
I'm listening to Midnight Rain by Taylor Swift.
Solid. Thank you. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, SWAU students, for responding. So we did a survey at the same time, and it came out to be that other was the most popular genre of music. And then Christian came in third, and of course pop second. So it seemed that classical was the smallest, and at the same time I decided to look at the class rank. So the freshmen, pop came back as the most popular. For the sophomores, alternative and R&B came back as the popular. And for the juniors, it looked like Christian music came back as the most popular. And of course for the seniors, pop another. So thank you guys for participating in my survey, and thank you guys for participating also in our verbal responses. Have a great day.
Hello. Okay, hey guys, welcome to Assembly today. We just wanted to say welcome. We're happy to see you all here. Assembly today is going to be led by the STEM and Transfer Student Excellence Department, which you see here in front of us, in front of you. And yeah, Danny, take it away.
So by the end of today's assembly, we hope that you'll understand a little bit more about research and if it's possibly a good path for you. Without further ado, I'm going to welcome our speaker, Ms. Litzy.
Hello, everyone. How is everybody doing? Good. Sleepy, cold, wet? Hopefully not. Well, my name is Professor Lixi Sembleduch, and I work for the Business and Communication Department. But I also have an interest for research and innovation, specifically in the area of entrepreneurship. So, what comes to mind when you hear the word research? Anybody? What comes to your mind? Research. Microscopes, yes. Any other? What? Diapers, okay. Papers. Oh, yeah, lots of papers. Yeah, a lot of writing. That. Yes, discovery, experiments. Some people think it's boring, right? But hopefully after today, you will see that there are so many ways to do research. So I have a question for you. Can we go to the next slide, please? And if you can please help me scanning the QR code and answering on Slido is your most expensive purchase and for how much? And this is more like a splurge, right? Not something you need, not food or a car or maybe a house for those that already own property. It's more about something that I want to buy this, right? Just because I deserve it. So maybe you guys can help me on the IT to show the screen that shows whenever people are answering. If you can help me answering the question, your most expensive purchase and for how much? No judging here. Okay, $6K, a guitar, a camera, $200, a bike, anime figures. Yeah, tuition doesn't count because that's something that is a need, right? I'm talking about splurge, things that you splurge on. Okay. Yeah, some things that you don't need, but you actually wanted just to buy because you think you're worth it, you deserve it. Okay. Okay, so okay, thank you for answering. So on the next slide, you can see, so what are the most, I did my little research online and see what people your age are buying, right? And we already saw your answers from this room alone, but in general, a lot of people are, buying sneakers. I couldn't get sneakers like expensive that, I don't know, I'm cheap. $50 top, $80. But some people can get it from $200 or more, and that's something that you're wearing. Maybe today with the rainy day, $200 shoes. Some others are spending in iPhones, right, or smartphones in general, and that's also a big spend. And the third one is concerts. You guys like to go out and have fun, and I was researching on the Taylor Swift that my daughter wishes for me to buy her a ticket. No way. $500, the cheapest, most basic ticket to a Taylor Swift concert. And then they go up all the way to $2,000 and more, right? If VIP and whatever. So if you are going to do this big spend, right? A lot of money. So most of us, we actually need to know why is this good or not? What purchase am I making? So on the next slide, you can see what is the decision-making process. And you can read it. So the first one is you identify the need or the issue, right? And all of these apply to research. So I want to show you that you all are researchers, but just in the topics that so far you're interested. In this case, if I want to buy something, the first thing is identify what I want, right? The second is I do my research thoroughly. That can be online, right? I Google it. I go and see different options. The third one, I make a list of viable solutions or the best products, right? If you're buying a product or you're making a choice in some kind of thing, you look for that. And then you evaluate and compare, right? Because you need to make sure this purchase is what you need. And then you're going to be reviewing. You're going to go to this products or service page. You're going to review. You're going to see how many stars do they have, right? But you also, and this is the number one thing you guys do, you ask friends for advice, right? You just don't go and buy it. You go and ask people for advice, right? And sometimes we call that interview and research. And then after that, you choose the best option. After just waiting, and looking and comparing, then you make your choice. The number 7 is you evaluate the results of your decision. Sometimes you get what you think it was the greatest thing, and after a month, a few months, a year, you're like, maybe this wasn't the smartest choice, right? So you evaluate. And then the next one is you modify or keep your choice the same for the next time, right? Maybe I did great spending this much money in this or that. I'm going to do it again. Or you like, never again. I won't do it again, right? And you start the process all over again. So the same process, again, that you follow to make your purchases is what we usually follow to do research. So we're all doing research. And why we're doing this? 1, it helps us in decision making. 2, expand our knowledge, right? And hopefully we share this knowledge. We seek solutions. We explore out-of-the-box ideas. And we give answers. So what is research? The hint is there's more than one answer. So yes, some of you say, well, papers, yes, that is a part of a research. Lab, a microscope, that's another type of research. But in definition, research and the next one, the next one is like, thesis and all of that, yes. Is careful or diligent search, collecting of information about a particular subject, is a practical application of a new or revised theory. So all of these and more can be research. Then research is in all disciplines. It's not just in biology, right? For example, it's not only in music, it's also in business. So research is doing a biological research, yes, in the lab. It's being part of a play. It's doing archaeological gigs. It's also creating music. It's being part of a play. So research can look differently from everyone. So some of the examples I have for research in science and health is lab discoveries, is archaeological digs, but it's also product innovation, right? In computer science, you can create things, and you can create apps. You can, use technology for pretty much whatever. In business, we do market and financial research to see if that business is more likely to win or fail. That's another type of research. Social arts, right? We do research on social behavior and well-being. How can things help us make us better? And sometimes we mix, right? So in the next one, how do I start doing research? So the first thing is I will recommend for you to know what is your expertise, right? What is your career? What is your field? But also, what is your passion? Because just like I showed you at the beginning, when we want to purchase something that is valuable to us, we make the time and the effort to do research. Same thing in this case. You need to love what you're going to be doing. You need to feel the passion. So if that is music, how can music help, people with depression, right? If you like exercise, right? How can be a coach? How can be innovated? Or how can I help others? Same with computer science, right? If I'm really good at making something, creating products. So research can look, again, in every discipline in this room. So where do I see opportunities to change? So the following is creating an impact in the world. So many of you want to do something more. You want to help others, but you also want to help the planet, right? So so there are 17 sustainable goals by the United Nations that is a call for action to all of the countries to help because we need it. And we have a short video to show, if you can please show it. Or not. Well, if the video is not there, it's okay. So, the 17, I'm not gonna, if you wanna go to the next one then, I'm not gonna repeat all of them, but some are good for the planet, water, sustainability, equal opportunities. So there are 17 of them. And if we go to the following slide, so what is truly fascinating about research is what is after the research. So research helps us seek opportunities, discover new things, or problems or issues, but really what I'm passionate about it is what is next. So things don't stay just in papers, like some people were saying. What do we do after that? And that can be just like, products or new services, innovation in services, or innovation in new products. So for once I know is you have to gather all info and seek opportunities. You need to find a solution and take action, and you need to see results and change lives. So to me, research are these 3 steps. It's not just stays in gathering information. You also seek opportunities, right? And how can I implement these and help people and hopefully change lives? So I do have a video with an example that we do with Enactus. Enactus is an organization, a nonprofit organization that seeks opportunities. We do research and we actually implement projects around the world to make the world a better place and also to change lives. Do we have a video?
Enactus students are over 72,000 strong, spread across 36 countries, working on over 3,800 projects a year. That's over 7 million volunteer hours, impacting the lives of over 1.3 million people, helping to advance the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals.
After learning that over 80% of a mattress's materials are recyclable, a group of Enactus students from Nashville have partnered with a community organization to develop a mattress recycling facility. The business provides sustainable employment for the homeless and formerly incarcerated people, and has processed more than 10,000 mattresses and recycled more than 350,000 pounds of metal, foam, and cotton. This is business innovation for sustainable solutions. This is entrepreneurial action for a better world. And this is your invitation to take action. When you invest in Enactus, you invest in a better world for us all.
So just like this organization, there are so many others, right? But just try to be involved in whatever other activity, extracurricular activity that gives you the plus. So some other skills that you can gain from doing research and innovation is they are the following: creative and critical thinking, data collection and data analytics, communication and confidence, leadership and resourcefulness, financial and management skills. So all of these skills are besides whatever you learn in the classroom, and they are very valuable in the workforce. So the next one is, do you have an innovative idea? So if you do, what are your next steps? Well, first, look within your own class. Maybe there's an idea that it has to do with a class that you're already taking, right? Maybe in your workplace. So wherever you see an opportunity for innovate, take the next step. In my case, what I want to help you is to, if you have a great idea, the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center can help you if this idea can become a new service or a new product. So we do have the Spark competition coming up. The competition is in March 30th, but we're going to have a Q&A. If you want to win up to $1,500 cash prizes, you can come learn about it in January 30th 31, and that's in Pechero, from 1 to 150. Again, if you have an idea, an innovative idea that you would like to start, please, we want to hear it. And you know, I just want to encourage you. If you don't want to do it in a competition, do it in the classroom, do it on your own, but start making, you know, a little research, and you will see how it will pay off, not only in your current student life, but also, you know, in your professional life, because you're going to need these skills anywhere you go. Thank you very much.
Entrepreneurship Center is where unique ventures grow and bloom into reality. Bring your ideas to life and dare to take the next step in creating your business. Engage with a community of like-minded students. Get support from professors, local business owners, and the community. Southwestern Adventist University values knowledge that cultivates entrepreneurs who lead. Experience the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center.
Now we have a panel of researchers that are actually doing research and have done research here. You might know them. They are from our STEM department, and I would like them to come on up and have a seat right here. And we have some questions for them, because these are, go ahead, come on up. So we're going to ask them some questions about research.
Hello. Well, thank you all for being here this afternoon. We just have a few questions for you all.
Yes. Our first question is, what motivated you to get into research?
Hi, y'all. I'm an astrophysicist. Nice to meet you. My first time that I really wanted to explore the heavens was 1997. Comet Hale-Bopp came around. It was a comet that you could see from basically any city. You didn't require a dark sky sight or any sort of optical equipment, but I saw that when I was 10 years old. That gives you an idea of how old I am. And ever since, I wanted to study the skies. And so it was just, yeah, God delivering something to me. So that's how I got interested.
Okay. Hi, I'm Dr. Erin Maloney. I'm a molecular biologist, and I always really loved biology, and I was interested in all these big questions in biology. And I didn't really want to go into the health professions, but I wasn't sure what else to do. So I graduated without much of a plan, and then I found a job as a research assistant at a hospital in a lab that was studying tuberculosis, which is an infectious lung disease. And I was actually really excited about working on this and having this opportunity to make people's lives better and healthier by maybe changing the outcome for people who got this disease.
My name is, excuse me. My name's Eric Gren, and I'm a biologist. Always grew up enjoying animals and the natural world. I thought it'd be fun to find a job where I could be outdoors working with animals, and so research was an area where I could, spend some time outdoors where I enjoyed hanging out anyway, and just exploring how the world works.
Okay, I'm Dr. Schwartz. My first experience in research, in real research, was as an undergraduate, a senior. I was told that at the beginning of the year, I registered for a research sequence course that was required for my major in biology, and I learned that I had to do a piece of original research. That's kind of a daunting task. You know, as undergraduates, we kind of believe that the textbooks that we buy or rent that's where all the knowledge is of, a certain subject. And I learned as I started that research project that, hey, all the knowledge isn't in textbooks. There's primary literature out there, and you got to go to the primary literature to find out what's being discovered. What is the new stuff that's coming out that's not yet in the textbooks? So I learned that what I had to do is find something that wasn't yet in the primary literature and then try and investigate that. And I did. I pulled up a little project that people helped me with. I developed a mentorship. And that was an absolutely exhilarating experience to learn something that nobody else knew. I was the first one to do that. And that was just a great thing that I experienced at that time.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Wood. I'm a wildlife biologist. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, in a small town that has a rattlesnake roundup, and every year is a festival. I mean, that's the kind of town it was. They go out and collect thousands of snakes and kill them. And I wasn't a tree hugger, but I thought that's pretty messed up. So I decided in high school I wanted to dedicate my life to wildlife conservation and protecting animals. So now I deal mostly with endangered species or threatened species that a lot of people dislike. Primarily I work with alligators. And whatever I can do to make the world a little better place before I leave, that's what I do. And I didn't want a real job. This one lets me have flexibility to do and study whatever I want.
What are tips you would give to beginners who've never done research before?
Oh, do I have to go first? All right. Well, in my research, I study highly technical things, so it's a little bit difficult, but basically a tip for a beginner would just be to start writing down your thoughts. And so for me, it's, you want to study, like, for instance, black holes. So a black hole is a space-time singularity that has infinite density and not even light can escape. They're highly technically, mathematically defined. However, you can come up with ideas that are not mathematical. You say, well, maybe black holes do this, and then you start writing down your ideas. And I find that the writing process very much helps. So write for 10 minutes a day, half an hour a day. Doesn't matter if you don't feel like doing it, you do it. And pretty soon you're able to collect your thoughts, and then you're more able to uniquely define your problem, and then you can go forward with your research. I think a lot of problem with people when they first start doing the research is that they're completely overwhelmed. There's too much information, there's too many papers to read, too many textbooks to look at. Just don't do all that. Just start writing down your own thoughts, and then seek help from resources that you know exist, and then try to go from there. That's my experience anyway. That's my tip.
I would say a great place to start is to find a research mentor, someone who's working in that field that you can talk to, you can ask questions about their experience, and that's a really good place to start.
I always recommend that people take a chance to shadow somebody. So if there's an area that you're interested in, find someone that'll let you follow them around for a day at work and see if you really enjoy a life in their, a day in their life. You might find out that, lots of fun, you really enjoy it, and that's what you want to do the rest of your life. Or you might find that, it's something you enjoy reading about, but an actual day in their life is not quite what you had in mind. So.
I would say two things. The first one has already been mentioned by somebody else. Ms. Zimmelduch mentioned that you need to find your passion. And sometimes we don't always know where our passions lie. So how do you figure that out? Well, if you can spend some time with, echoing Dr. Maloney, if you can spend some time with potential mentors to find out what they're doing, and sometimes you can catch their passion. And that's what happened to me. I resisted it for a while. Some of you know that I study plants, and a lot of people think that plants are boring. They're just green. They just sit there. They don't really do anything except grow very slowly. That does sound boring, but plants do so much more than that. And they really are very interesting once you find stuff out about them, you know. So not everybody's going to be passionate about plants. I certainly am passionate about certain things in plants. Not everything about them interests me very much. But once you discover that passion and you pursue that passion, nothing's going to stop you.
I would say network. Just ask someone. That's worked well for my career. When I was in high school, I reached out to the local Corps of Engineers and started working on a project to maintain the ecosystems around my local lake. And I just built up from there. It's never too early just to ask a high school teacher, someone you may know, a college professor. Just ask, and I bet they'll set you on the right path.
So what current research is happening here on campus? What current research is happening here on campus?
Should I go first? My research is technically on a little bit of a hiatus because we have another baby due in 24 days. Yeah, thank you. Yes, somebody married me. You all have a chance, okay? Just saying. It's terrible. Okay, I didn't mean that. Y'all are great. So a little bit of a research hiatus. However, I do study black holes, and I study the brightest and most energetic objects in the universe, gamma ray bursts, all sorts of fun things. So if you really, really are interested in that, please come talk to me, and we can start working some stuff out. If you love math, anybody? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Math gang, what's up? All right. No, so if you love math or computer programming, that's something that I didn't know that I had to do when I first started, is programming a lot. So if you love those two things and or space, please come talk to me. Yeah, that's my current research.
So my research is also on pause, but what I've been working on is studying the bacteria that cause tuberculosis to find out what might make them more susceptible to new treatments, better treatments that aren't so harsh for our bodies. And so to find ways to shorten the length of treatment and also figure out how these bacteria sneak into our bodies and stay there for many years and make us sick. So those are my areas of interest, and so I'm kind of in the stage where I'm thinking about what's next, you know, what's the next question to ask.
So my research is just getting up and going. So I started with kind of what I know from graduate school and my postdoc, and that is working with snakes. And so starting last fall, several of you helped me collect copperheads nearby, and we were getting venom from them and body mass measurements, body length measurements. We're trying to figure out if their venom composition varies as the snake gets older. So in a lot of species, snake venom looks very different in a baby snake versus an adult snake. So that's something that no one's looked at in copperheads. And then this spring, we're going to put radio transmitters in several snakes to see how individual snakes are moving each day, which microhabitats they're using. And then in the summer, I'm really excited. I got a small grant to do some radio tracking in mambas and cobras in West Africa. And we're looking at ways that we can help educate the locals there, basically how to minimize their risk of conflict with snakes.
I suppose my research interests have changed quite a bit over the years. I've gone through several different research projects. They've always involved things that are green and do photosynthesis. Currently, I'm with a loose group of collaborators in South and Central America, in Asia, and North America, who are doing research on seagrasses. I don't know if any of you have ever heard about seagrasses, but they're extremely important to the global biosphere, I would say. The reason they're so important is because they fix carbon, that is, bring carbon dioxide out of the air and put them into their own tissues and the sediments beneath them. They're little submerged grasses that nobody ever sees that grow in the estuaries and oceans. And they're fixing carbon at a rate that rivals the tropical rainforests. So they turn out to be really, really important for mitigating climate change. They're really important for endangered species like some of the sea turtles that eat them. The dugongs eat them in South Florida and so on. We don't have dugongs in Texas, but fisheries are really important as fish nursery habitat. There's so many reasons why they're very, very important. And you know, people, when we publish papers, people are just waiting to every day I get, you know, notice through the email that somebody's reading our last paper or something like that. So it's really important research that's going on. What we're doing is restoring seagrass beds in Texas where they've been lost. Texas alone has lost like 70% of its seagrass. So we really want to restore as much of that as we can.
I have a couple of research projects. In July, I received a grant from the federal government to study alligators for 3 years. That takes place in Oklahoma. We do everything from population demographics, going out with nooses and snatch hooks and catching full adult alligators, putting transmitters on them. It's pretty exciting. And I just received my permit last week to work with alligators in Texas, specifically in Fort Worth, around the Fort Worth Nature Center. So I'll be doing alligator research for a long time. I'll also, in the future, when we get our new research lab up and going, I'll probably be working with alligator conservation genetics. So if you're more lab-minded, I do have a background in population genetics. I also am very interested in helping the state of Texas study environmental variables that affect fish populations nearby, especially in streams. So if you like putting a probe in the water that electrocutes the water and the fish float to the top, nothing can go wrong. And that's a lot of fun. And I also oversee the Dinosaur Research Project. So if you haven't had a chance to visit the museum, please do. Every June we go to Wyoming and dig up dinosaurs and study that bone bed and the factors that led to the preservation of those animals. It's one of the largest dinosaur bone beds in the world. And I do have scholarship opportunities for students who are interested in going all month.
Alrighty, well that concludes our panel. Let's give another round of applause for our faculty.
Thank you again. Fascinating stuff. Now, what I want you to do is we're going to have our CNs, they're going to be around the room, and I want you to take a look. I'm going to have them show me their cartboards because I don't remember what the things were on the signs. So we have here some different things that you could be interested in. Not that this is the only thing, but these are some things that were part of those 17 things around the world. And one of them is, let's see, life below the water, okay? Studying life below the water to help. This one is, I'm blind. decent work and economic growth, okay? That one over there is no poverty, right? Is that what it says? No poverty. That one says, I'm sorry, Danielle, I'm not going to see it. What does it say? Sustainable cities and communities. Somebody might want to go over this way. And then keep going. And then what does yours say, Kay? I can't see that one. Good health and well-being. Okay, so there are several different areas that you might be interested in. So what I want you to do is everybody stand up. Everybody, including the faculty. Everybody stand up. That's right, you were getting really comfortable and you were getting a little sleepy and yeah. So stand up. Now, if you had no other choice but these 5 choices, that was all that there was out there. Life under the water, sustainable, what is that? Communities, the health and well-being, no poverty, and decent work and economic. Go to that. So I want you to literally go to that area where if you had no other choice, that's what you would study. All right, I see some. There we go. Okay. We have some health and there, life under the water, good. All right. Awesome. Okay, while you're there, just take a minute and you look at, these are some problems around the world. I want you to take just a minute and think about what questions you'd like to answer and maybe what you would like to research. Now, if you are a freshman, this is actually your assignment. Your assignment is that you're going to think about some questions. It doesn't have to be on the one you're standing on, but think about questions. Lexi mentioned all kinds of things that you can think about. That is going to be your assignment. You're going to look on Canvas so you can do that. But for the rest of us, there are a lot of things that we can do for the world. You can all make a difference. Research can make a difference. And hopefully, you can see yourself doing research too. I want to say thank you to our students and our faculty one more time before we close for today.
All right, y'all, let's bow our heads and we'll have a quick prayer. Dear Father in heaven, Lord, I thank you for this time that we got to spend together as a school, Lord, and I just pray as we take our knowledge that we learn from research and getting to know our professors a little bit more, that we can go on and apply it into our careers, Lord. I just ask you to put a blessing over us as we go out and go to our classes or rest of the week, Lord. I thank you for everything that you've done for us and everything that you will do for us. In the name of Jesus Christ I pray, amen.
Now, before you go, wait, pause. I forgot. Somebody has to make a quick announcement. Who was that? Somebody came and whispered that in my ear. Are you there somewhere? Where does she go? Oh, there she is. Okay. Okay, so she has an announcement. Don't move. Don't move. No. Stop. Let her make her quick announcement. And
sorry for the last minute announcement. Just real quick, on Sunday, SA, we're going bowling from 7 to 9 at the Cleburne Penn Center, right? Yeah, Cleburne Penn Center. If you guys need a ride, please let us know. We'll probably post it on our story, so check that out as well. But yeah, 7 to 9, Dean will be giving out some cash as well. And we have one more announcement. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
all right, have a good day. Stay dry.